What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we go over Michigan picking up a big-time commitment from a four-star edge following his official visit to Michigan. Plus, Michigan on commit watch again, as the Wolverines could be landing their Mason Graham 2.0. We go over that, plus some big updates on the top 100 wide receiver Zion Robinson, the 5-star offensive tackle Felix Ojo, and the top 100 cornerback Kerry Adams, and a big official visit coming up for Savion Hyder as Michigan looks to nail the business side in that recruitment this weekend. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the Wolverines landed a big-time commitment yesterday from the 2026 four-star edge Mikhail Blade, which we did mention before he committed that the Wolverines were trending after his official visit, and Lou Esposito, Sharon Moore got the job done, beating out others like Notre Dame, USC, Wisconsin, and others, as the 6'5", 245-pound edge from Chicago, Illinois, ranked 169th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, chose the Wolverines. He joins the other three-star edge Tariq Boney in the 2026 recruiting class for the Wolverines, and is currently the second defensive lineman to commit in Michigan's 2026 recruiting class, but there is potentially more on the way, and we'll get to that in a little bit here in this video, as Michigan is on commit watch again today. But Michigan is adding length and versatility from Mikhail Blade. Now, there is a lot to like with Mikhail Blade. He brings a lot of upside, and there's a lot to like about his frame. According to E.G. Holland of the Wolverine, he likes him as a similar role as Chris Jenkins potentially for the Wolverines. He is currently at 6'5", 245 pounds, around 250 pounds, but could add some weight if he wanted to. But all in all, he is a Michigan man. Michigan checked off all the boxes for him on his official visit, and he even told Chad Simmons of On3 that when me and my parents got home, we talked about it, and I knew I didn't see myself taking any more visits. I slept on it, and when I got up Monday morning, I locked in and committed to Coach Esposito and Coach Moore. He said, I knew where I wanted to be. They have the best of both worlds with the academic piece and the NFL development, and the Chicago to Michigan pipeline is real. I know guys there, and I want to keep that pipeline going. Michigan is where I want to be. And he said Michigan stands for excellence. Everything they do, they strive for excellence, and that's just what they stand for. So a big-time commitment right there from the four-star edge Mikhail Blade. But the Wolverines are on commitment watch again, as Sharon Moore early this morning posted some more eyes emojis, which means always a commitment is coming soon for the Wolverines. And while we don't know for sure who it's going to be, we do potentially have a clue. But first, have you ever thought how easy it is for people to find your personal info online? I mean, dozens of sites can have your name, address, phone number, and everything just sitting there. That's how scammers get your info. The worst part, companies sell your data without your permission. These are called data brokers. And I don't have time to chase down 50 shady websites. That's why I wanted to mention Aura, today's sponsor. Aura is an identity protection service. They scour the internet for all of your information that has been made public, and they delete it. They also monitor your credit. They check to make sure your phone number isn't being handed out. And I don't know about you guys, but I have gotten a lot of scam calls and texts, but with Aura, those calls and texts drastically decrease. Aura automatically finds these sites and scrubs your data off them, and they keep it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security app sending you real-time alerts if your info hits the dark web, credit and bank fraud monitoring, a secure VPN, and even $5 million in identity theft insurance. It's honestly infuriating that these companies profit off of us like this. That's why I chose Aura, so I'm not left vulnerable, and neither should you. Try Aura free for 2 weeks at aura.com/Michigan Sports Talk, and in just those 2 weeks, you'll see exactly where your data is exposed and start taking it back. I'm not leaving the back door open, and you shouldn't either. Go to aura.com/Michigan Sports Talk to start your 2-week free trial. Link down below in the description. Guys, I value my privacy and I value yours as well. Go ahead, hit that link in the description and go check out just how amazing Aura is. But let's go ahead and continue here. There is a 2026 4-star defensive lineman set to make his commitment today later around 7:30, and that is the four-star defensive lineman Alistair Vallejo from Liberty Hill High School in the state of Texas, a 6'3", 300-pound defensive lineman, and he will be deciding between Michigan, Kansas, and Notre Dame. Now, the interesting thing here is that he hasn't taken an official visit to Michigan. He has taken official visits to Kansas and Notre Dame, but according to E.G. Holland of On3 and the Wolverine, despite Notre Dame being considered the lean in recent weeks, it appears Michigan is gaining momentum at the right time going into his decision. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is potentially a Mason Graham 2.0 for the Wolverines. When you watch his tape, he's got the same body frame and the same body type to be a Mason Graham 2.0 for the Wolverines in the interior of the defensive line. And I think that may have an impact for him of what he ultimately decides and where to go, because Lou Esposito, I'm sure, has talked to him about his role and how he fits in Michigan's system and potentially compared him to a Mason Graham type of player here at Michigan. And Vallejo, when he spoke to E.G. Holland of On3 and the Wolverine, he said that Esposito said that he has some offers out there to bigger guys and 5 stars, but he said he's only taking people he thinks fit. And he told me straight up, I think you fit in here and we're upset we didn't see your tape sooner. So he is honest with them, because Michigan just recently offered him back in April when he was on a visit. That's when Michigan really started to ramp up their interest in him and started to be a big contender in his recruitment. And now he's set to make a decision later today around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be deciding between Michigan, Notre Dame, and Kansas as the Wolverines look to beat out Notre Dame again on the recruiting trail for what is a top defensive line target for them in the 2026 recruiting class, and has been considered a Notre Dame lean in recent weeks, but the Wolverines trying to steal another one away from them. So be on the lookout for that later today, and be on the lookout for potentially a commitment video from a potential Mason Graham 2.0 out of the 4-star defensive lineman Alistair Vallejo. I also did want to talk about the 2026 4-star top 100 wide receiver Zion Robinson, who recently took an official visit to Michigan on May 30th, and he recently just canceled his TCU official visit, which was supposed to be this weekend. This is a wide receiver that comes from the state of Texas, a top wide receiver target for the Wolverines, and TCU was thought to be a major contender in this recruitment for Michigan, but now with him canceling that official visit, definitely raises some eyebrows here. He did recently say while on his official visit, or after his official visit to Michigan, according to E.G. Holland of On3 and the Wolverine, that things are going to change. Coach Lindsey told me that himself. He did some great things at North Carolina with Drake May, and obviously now they have Brace Underwood at quarterback now, and I think it would be a good fit for me. So he said they're definitely very high, have great facilities, great coaches, and they have a great education and development piece. He does plan to make his final decision in July, so that is an update right there on him. And then also a quick update on Felix Ojo, as he just took an official visit to Michigan this past weekend, the 5-star offensive tackle from the state of Texas, and he has recently canceled his Oklahoma visit, as he said, not needed, nearing my decision a lot sooner than later, as he was scheduled to visit them June 20th. He will now be taking a Texas official visit this weekend, and while it does come right after the official visit to Michigan, I would still give Texas a slight edge here and a slight lead, but Michigan definitely did make a move here in this recruitment on the official visit, and they have definitely put themselves in a much better position than before, as he even did say that Michigan is right up there now with Ohio State and Texas. And then I also wanted to talk about the 2026 4-star top 100 cornerback, priority cornerback target for the Wolverines, Kerry Adams from the state of Maryland. Recently just took an official visit to Michigan, but looks like the Wolverines even impressed him more on this official visit. According to Brian Doan of 24/7 Sports, he said that the depth chart in they have a need at corner, and they said I am the corner they need. That's what really stood out to him the most. They said they put on my film and showed how they would use me, and they also showed me the depth chart. And he said, I think being able to see the field early sets you up to get to the league. And he really likes, Wink Martindale's approach, and also the belief in Coach Sharon Moore, and obviously likes Lamar Morgan, who is continuing to just impress on the recruiting trail, continues to potentially be one of, if not Michigan's best recruiter. But this whole staff has just been doing an outstanding job from closing out the 2025 recruiting class on a very high note to now building up this momentum here in the 2026 recruiting class. And we knew official visit season was going to be big time for the Wolverines, and we're starting to see that now as the Wolverines are starting to gain some more and more momentum here, looking for another commitment later today, hopefully. And oh, not to mention the revenue sharing part that also just got passed, as it comes at a perfect time for the Wolverines, as they are starting to talk numbers here on these visits. They weren't before, now they are, and it also comes at a perfect time because the 5-star running back Savion Hyder is set to visit Michigan this weekend on his official visit, and Michigan definitely needs to nail the business side in that recruitment this weekend. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. There should potentially be a commitment video soon later today. Be on the lookout for that. And I did want to mention that I will be going away for the rest of the week. Probably won't be posting any more videos after today, but I will still be keeping you guys updated through community posts, and I should be back next week. So just wanted to give you guys an update there on the channel. But with that, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.